G'day guys, we've got another plant here on the table that needs some work done to it, so I thought I'd share it with you all. This time it's another one that's been neglected for a little while, but very healthy plant, just neglected in how I normally try to pup them regularly. We've recently moved home and just getting on top of the collection of plants after the move. So this one here is Tillandsia Redy. It's a particularly robust big clone that I've come across, and it's a very vigorous grower. It does very well in sort of the treatment that I give it, and you can see that there's been multiple years of big multi-branch spikes. Actually does look like it might have set seed this year, so I'm going to leave this plant with the flower head attached and see if I don't get any seed pods out of it. But today the main job is just to pull this whole big clump of mess apart, get as many new plants as I can out of it, and preserve this head here so that I can try and get some seeds to come up on it. So I'm just going to start by going into the middle of it, getting the two big halves that I can see, the oldest plant and the second oldest plant, and pulling them in opposite directions. So you'll see me just get in there and start twisting them apart, and just like a big piece of fruit, split down the middle, and we've got our last year's flower with the big branching spike on it. We'll just take off a couple of these lower leaves here and we'll be able to get these pups off nicely. And do that now, just take these lower leaves off and get your fingers in low and twist them down. And you see there, that's not quite an intact piece. I'm just going to let that sit and dry for a few days on the table, probably five days or so, without watering, and it'll heal over and it should come good. There's 75–80% chance that will still be a viable plant, but I'll leave that upside down to dry first. We'll get its neighbour here. I'll try not to do that. I'll try and get in a bit lower and be a bit more delicate. And in this one you can see I've got the full base of the plant intact, and there's little roots there. So this one doesn't really need to be set to dry. It can just be mounted and thrown straight back in the yard this afternoon and it'll be fine. And then on the back side of that we have hopefully the seed bearer. So this could be any plant in particular. This one's a Redy, so it's a hybrid plant. It's not likely to set seed, but you never know, and I'm just gotten to a position where I can grow seeds reliably, so I'm going to try and keep as many seed heads as I can. So that'll get mounted on its own. We'll go back to the oldest plant. So this is 2 or 3 years old now, this spent plant in the middle, and we're just going to rip it completely apart. It's completely dead now, and take just the last few pups off it cleanly. So I'll just start by stripping off all the lower leaves. This one is done its job well and truly. I'm not worried about actually damaging the old mum, so I just want to make sure I take off all of the dead leaves and make as much room as possible to take the pups well. In amongst here I can see some new pup platelets that seem to be coming up, so it may still have a couple of rounds left in it. We'll take this pup here, we'll just get right in low, pinch the fingers together so it pushes the pup away from the mum, and you peel down slowly and give it a tidy up, and there we go with another successful pull. So that's got a nice big chunk of the mother stem attached to it and a bit of root there, and we'll do the same for its partner. And you can see there it's taken a bit of the mother's stem out of it, so it's got a solid base of its own. All that mother material down the bottom here will dry out eventually and fall off, and then what we're left with is this one here, which looked completely disgusting before, but now that we've taken those leaves off and tidied it, I think I might just take the flower stem off, just to stop it from rotting anymore. See if I can twist this out of there actually. Not quite. I'm going to cut this inner leaf and this stem out as much as possible so there's no dead leaf material in there. give it a clean, give it a tap out. And that will most likely give me another 2 or 3 pups in its life before it's completely spent. So bromeliads in general, but Tillandsias especially, are mostly monoecious, which is flower once and then pass away. But I always tell people they don't just drop dead the day after they're flowered. This one is now 3 years since it flowered and it's still alive. It'll never look good again, but it's still alive, it's still producing pups. Very forgiving things and very easy to multiply out. So hopefully that helps, and I'll be back next time I find a plant that needs some work.